everybody. Happy New Year's 2017. How is everybody doing? I know most people are doing stuff with their family. I'm actually at home. We actually just undecorated all of our Christmas stuff. But I wanted to get on, before football games start and before lunches start and everything like that. I wanted to get on and do a little demo on palette 2, which is one of my new favorites. It's browns, a few browns, some grays, and some blacks. So I wanted to get on and do that. And then I wanted to chit chat real quick about this month's new kudos. January's kudos is the Liquid Touch Foundation. It is in any shade that your shade. It is the lip stain, and we have 7 colors, but they just came out with 3 more colors that are now exclusive to the kudos. And then you also get to pick whatever shadow palette you want, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 1, whatever shadow palette you want. You get all of that for $89, plus you're going to get this super cute little rolled makeup bag. So how cute is that? That's this month kudos, but I wanted to just go ahead and let's get some makeup on the face. So this morning I've already used my Instant Lift Serum to kind of get rid of the dark circles. I have used the amazing, which I'm almost at the end of my bottle, Rose Water. It's a toner. It helps minimizes your pores. I already put eye primer on my eyes, and then it's super important right now to moisturize, okay? So I use the Renewing Day Cream. This is for oily skin. So I've already moisturized my skin. And then it's super important to, let's see, the glare's bad, to prime. And what does primer do? So primer basically is gonna prep your face. Like, when you're painting your walls, you put primer on your walls, right? Well, it's kind of the same thing with the face primer. You need to put that on your walls. It kind of acts as like a barrier. It puts a barrier down between your face and your makeup, so it doesn't soak into pores or crevices. And then it'll also help your makeup stay and last all long. So you definitely need to do it. Hey Jamie, Happy New Year's. So I definitely recommend the primer, okay? It's like a must, especially with the liquid foundation. All right, so we've got everything on. Bear with me, I don't have glasses and I am trying to see everything. All right, so the first step we're gonna do, and this is new as far as how I used to do my makeup. So I would always do my lid first, then the corner, then I kind of blend it. Well, what you need to do is you need to do the transition color first, okay? So for today, I'm gonna use Honorable. All right, this color is like a light gray color. And I am using, this is one of my new favorite brushes. It is a sponge with an angle brush. It's kind of like our deluxe brush, except if you can see the tip, it has more of an angle to it, whereas our deluxe brush, this is the two different. So this is deluxe brush, this is like the angled brush. I use both of them all the time, but this one I use more now for blending. All right, so we're gonna do our transition color. Transition color should be around your natural skin tone, a little bit darker, but you can use like light pinks, light browns, grays. So you're gonna put all of this is gonna go kind of to your crease and above, okay? Always angle it down. So you kind of have your starting line whenever and so when you do your angle and stop your makeup, you want to go from your corner of your eye to your eyebrow. All right, so, and this does not have to be super dark. We'll blend it later, but you want to go above. See how I'm hitting my bone right there? You want to kind of go a little bit above there, okay? This is just totally weird doing it in a phone. I'm gonna have a mirror on the side. And then I'm gonna use today the new 3D Fiber Mascara. It actually is being released tomorrow, is the new formulated one. So I am so excited about that. So what is everybody doing today? We undecorated the house. We're staying home. Anybody else going Anywhere special? Okay. Color on, and we can always add or change this. So then the next step, which I used to, like I'm doing, the way you're supposed to do your makeup, or the new way I'm doing my makeup, is backwards from how I used to do it. You're cleaning, Jamie? I don't envy you. I mean, I did do some vacuuming this morning, but okay. So I'm going to switch brushes to my crease brush, okay? And I'm going to go today with, I mean, if you're going out for the night, I would say you can go with Peppy, the dark gray. But we're going to go with Cocky, the dark brown. And this one, you want to keep it in your corners. Cleaning and laundry. See, okay, well, I'm not the only one not doing anything. All right, so see how I'm just going into the V, and if you have really hooded eyes, so when you're looking down and your eyelids come up, you want to go a little bit above your crease, so that way you can still see that crease color. So I'm laying this in the corner of both sides. And outside in the neighborhood, we got the house cleaned up from Christmas. And then we're going to watch some football. Before football starts. So we got that part done. And you can always come more in the corner here. Hey, Ginger. All this in after. All right, and so what I did yesterday was I took Hopeless. So we're going to take that color, which is hard to see. It's the darker of the shimmery color. So we're going to take Hopeless, and I'm going to go back with my little angle brush. And this is going to go in the corners. All right, we're going to add a little bit, and we're kind of generate into our lighter color, okay? And then I'm also going to take some of the Hopeless. And now this is a look, honestly, I'll wear to work. I ain't scared. And then I'm going to put this in the corner too. And y'all, it's very important to remember to kind of wipe off your brushes in between doing colors, okay? Because you don't want to think you're getting only one color and you really aren't. All right, so as you can see, I have a little space left in the middle. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to take the sponge part of this little brush, and we're going to go and take Blissful, which has a little bit of gold. Let me see if a little bit of gold and a little bit of shimmer. And what I determined about this sponge brush, I hadn't used a sponge brush in years, but I like it because you can kind of put the color exactly where you want it to go. So I'm going to take, see? Look how awesome, and look how pigmented that is. Oh, I love it. All right, so we're taking Blissful, and I'm gonna go a little bit up past my crease, okay? And then we're gonna blend the rest of this all in after. All right. Sponge just gets it exactly where I want, and you get a good bit of pigment there. So then what I'm going to do is, so basically, I'm making sure my sides are even, all right? Then, see, like I think on this side, I need to come up a little bit more, right here. What we're going to do is I'm going to take my deluxe brush, and you want to make sure it's cleaned off. So you can use a towel, you can use, and I totally left it in the bathroom. There's this awesome little, it's almost like a hard like sponge, and you run it across that Brandy gave to me, and I absolutely love it. So we're taking a clean deluxe brush, and we're going to kind of just, you don't want to do too much blending because you want to kind of keep your colors separated. But where I have this really harsh brown, I want to blend it up. Okay, and then I'm going to clean my brush off before I go to the other side. All right, and blend it all in. Okay, and then as far as up in here, I'm going to take a little bit of the Romantic, but I don't want a lot because it's really shimmery, which is this, let me see, light silvery color. I just got a touch of that. And I usually add some more color too when I'm doing my eyebrows, which I left my color I usually use in the bathroom. So we're going to make do today because you always want some shimmer up there. Okay, so that's kind of it. Now let's do some eyeliner. And I brought today liquid eyeliner with a super fine tip. Can you say? All right. I might have to use my little side mirror. This one for close, they came out in March and I still have the same ones. Wing too, which I am terrible at. And guys, it's a little one. Put eyeliner on the bottom. Okay. Oh guys, can't see. Alright, let's go wing this side. Like my little mini wings. Let's see if we can fix this one a little better. So I don't use liquid on the bottom lashes. I always use pencil. So there's two options, all right? With this color palette, you can use the liner shader brush, wet it with a little bit of rose water, and you can use Cocky, which actually, let's just do that today. And you can honestly, you can wet it with rose water, or you don't really have to. So you're gonna take a little bit of that, and then we're gonna go right underneath. Because this line, you don't want it super duper harsh, okay? You want it there, and you want to see it there, but you don't want a harsh line. So usually, sometimes I'll even blend it. Okay, so I used Cocky. You don't even need a pencil. See? Multi-purposes. All right, so basically my eyes are done except for, let's get the mascara on, all right? So, all right, same steps, all right? It is gel, fibers, gel. Okay, so I opened both of them up at the same time. And I'm definitely using a mirror. We'll try not to. But I don't really have any lashes. As you can, like really, can you see my lashes? I really don't have lashes. So what I've learned now that I've been using this for like a week and a half, 2 weeks now, is it doesn't take much to kind of shimmy your lashes apart. And you of course want to make funny lash faces. So bottom lashes are done. All right, got my fibers out, roll them on the back of your hand like we've always been doing. And I kind of shimmy across. And I can tell you, I have gotten a whole lot less fibers in my eyes, like applying, than I used to with the old one. And then I just kind of go on the tips and just keep going back and forth until it doesn't want to take anymore. Okay. 2 coats because I don't have any lashes. All right, so there you go. Can you see that? All right, so that's just gel and fibers on one eye. All right, so let's go to the other eye. So you're gonna kind of let that one sit and dry. My left lashes are totally different than my right lashes. or work, like they clump together over here. It's amazing what you learn by playing with your eyelashes all the time. All right, and let's go with some fibers. You have to be super duper careful. Lashes now. This formula is awesome. So, and as you seal it good, there's no more having to do the stupid blow dryer trick that we've done in the past. You just do it. All right, so we can come back to the first side. Another gel coat. And remember, do both sides of your lashes to get the gel on there, okay? The gel is so awesome that sometimes I'll put like 2 coats of gel at the end to finish it. All right, back with fibers. Faster than what I was having to do before with our old formula. So, who is gonna try some tomorrow? I have a huge pre-order list going. All right, go back to this eye. Fibers on that one, and then we're done, and we're gonna seal them, and then I'm gonna show you some liquid foundation, which is in this month's Kudos. So the mascara, guys, if you're using it every day and you're using 2 coats, will probably last you 2 to 3 months. I know, Jamie, this is crazy. It's so much better. And I'm so envious of the girls that have huge lashes, because for me, I feel like I don't do it justice. But, I mean, it is what it is, and this is the lashes I have. And for me, I am super happy about how many, how it makes my lashes look. So, but those girls that have super duper lashes, like, wow. Okay, so, all right, so mascara's done, and then let's get the foundation on. So I don't do concealer. I mean, I have a few bags, but let me just show you a tip. So some people say that our well, for me, the concealer's a bit thick. So I've got a concealer brush here, and I'll show you a little trick. You can either take some of the concealer in the back of your hand, and you can mix it with, and I'll do my eyebrows, but I'm gonna do them last. And you take a tiny bit of primer, and I actually have primer like in the cap, so I'm just gonna take that and then mix it with the concealer on the back of your hand, okay? And that's gonna kind of thin it out, because you don't want, all right, you don't want it super duper thick, because you don't want it to show your creases and wrinkles and whatever. And whenever you're putting it on, you kind of just want to brush it make sure you get the little dark point in the corner, and we can use our brush to fix that. So you kind of want to pat it, kind of do a little light stroking with it, all right, on both sides, and then we're gonna finish this out after with the liquid foundation. So you can do your concealer first, or you can do a liquid foundation first. I always do my concealer first. Yet again, I think it's a habit, but if you're trying to highlight and you're gonna highlight with your concealer, then you should definitely do your liquid foundation and then your concealer. Okay, so that's on. Next step, liquid foundation. Foundation brush. I use the color Taffeta. Shake it up really good. Make sure you squeeze out what's in the top. All right, and this only takes a couple of drops. All right, so I'm putting drops in. I'm gonna usually do 4 or 5 drops, and it's always better to do less is more, and then you can always come back, okay? And then I always do a little blop, blop, blop. It looks like paw prints on my face, and then you just start rubbing it in. And it's better to go in a circular motion than to just smear, okay? Fine. When I put this one on, like, I'm like, oh, it looks kind of yellow, but then as you have it on and my face is finished, it doesn't look yellow anymore. Make sure you do your chin. Okay, we don't want that line there, okay? Not cute when you have a huge makeup line. This foundation brush is made to go with the foundation. Do you have to have it? No. Do I recommend it? You darn right I do. So the Kudos is $89, so you're not going to get free shipping with that. You'd have to purchase something else. So this is something you can add on, is your foundation brush to it. Ooh, and the foundation brush went flying. Okay. Up. Alright, so this dries to a powder finish. Alright, do you need powder? Nope. Could you use powder? Yep. And what I'll do is very lightly with my powder puff brush, and I'm talking super lightly, kind of to set it. I'm just going to kind of quickly, because I do still tend to get a little oily in my T-zone right here. Super light coating. I did not go on there heavy. So that was that. Next step, I am going to take blush brush, all right? And we need to put some definition, some dimension back in our face, right? Right now we are all one tone. We have foundation on. We have no dimension. All right, bronzer. I usually use Sunset, but I kind of started going a little bit darker, and I have gone to the Malibu. And you go right under your cheekbone. So in between where your cheekbone is and back here, you're going to make a little line. Okay? Do not go heavy with the bronzer. Alright, it's better, less is more. You can always come back. Okay, the other thing I'll do is very lightly, because I have a huge forehead, so if you want to cut your forehead down in size, go kind of towards the corners here and rub it in and on this side. Okay, you also want to make sure you get your jaw right here, so that way it kind of brings your face in and it makes your face appear skinnier. Little tip. All right, another thing, you want to make your nose appear a little bit smaller, more definition. I do this every day, and I'm not sure why since I wear glasses, but I do. I take the darker side of the bronzer in my deluxe brush, and I'll run a line here and here and across the bridge of my nose. Don't worry, we'll blend that out in a minute. All right, so that's that. Next step I do is blush. Gotta have a little bit of blush, and I use Seductive. And you see, I need to show y'all how to fix a crack. This cracked, and I was able to repair it. So you know what? Not all is lost. When you're putting blush on, you want to just put it right here on the apples of your cheeks. Don't go way back right there, because that's where your bronzer is. Okay? If you think you put too much, powder puff brush to the rescue. And I always do this too. I'll take the powder puff brush to kind of just blend everything in so you don't have any harsh lines, right? Okay, what is next? I think next is my eyebrows. Okay, so we do have an eyebrow brush and we do have an eyebrow gel, but when let's go fix one thing real quick. Let's fix the corners of our eyes where we put some of our, we're going to just go back with a little bit of the Hopeless and just kind of blend this in right here on both sides real quick, because we put our concealer and stuff and we just want to fix that. Alright, okay. So next step is we're going to do our eyebrows, and for eyebrows I always use palette 1. You can use the eyebrow brush, but for me that takes too long when I'm using it every day. And I always use Forthright. And I use my liner shader brush. Okay? And you want to go dark here. So I'm lining the bottom and I'm finding the top of my hairline and I'm lining that too. Okay? And then you're going to go to your V and you're going to go down. It's really hard to see. And what do you do here? Oh no. So you don't want to redip your brush because you want this to be on the lighter side. And you just outline where you're That side, we're not done yet. Let's go to this side. And stuff after when I'm done and the finished look. But see how quick it is? It does not take long, but guys, it makes I mean, I don't have any, and it looks terrible. If I ever have a lot of money, I want to microblade my eyes. Okay. Shoot. So eyebrows are done. Look how much better. Face is almost finished. I have a little bit of concealer left on the back of my hand. And I use, if you have a tiny brush, but I don't have one, so I use my cream shadow brush. I actually need a little bit more concealer. We're just going to outline our brows, and it's just going to add a little bit more definition and just kind of clean up the line a little bit. Where your arch is. And then we're going to put a little bit of a highlight color after. On the bottom, and then you're going to do this on the top. And you want to try to get as close to your brow line as you possibly can, which is super hard to do. We can fix it. So what I'll do is take my little sponge brush and we'll fix the top, blend it in, all right? So, bottom goes. Usually I'll use Curious or Sexy, but I left them in the bathroom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come take the Romantic color on palette 2, Romantic. And I'm using the little side of the liner shader brush. And we're going to kind of blend it in because you don't want to see the concealer line, but you want to definitely highlight. All right. And with that. So I think, guys, that we are pretty much done now. Blend all this in. Okay, now we only have one thing left that we have not done, and that is our lips. So today, since we're doing kudos and we're chit-chatting about that and doing our makeup, I'm going to use a lip stain, okay? So I am using, I don't even know what I grabbed. I grabbed Sappy. So for the kudos, you can pick whatever color lip stain you want. And like I said, there are 3 brand new colors that are exclusive that you can only get through the kudos. So when you're doing lip stain, you want to dry your lips. Another tip to help this stay on longer is to use eye primer on your lips. And then the lip stain, you got to be careful because it's not coming off. This is a very light color. Eye are the lightest in the lip stains. And I think it's Savvy is purpley. You put on 1 coat, all right? And the lip stain, one of the things is it is a stain. It is not coming off, okay? So once it dries, you can kiss, you can smudge, it ain't coming off, okay? You can use a lip liner underneath it and then put the stain on top. It just depends on whatever you want. So I'm letting it dry a little bit, and then we're gonna add a 2nd coat. Before. the longest lasting, I cannot talk. Lip stains last very long. These Splash Liquid lipsticks last very long. So that's the lip stain. And Sappy, which Shy and Sappy, like I said, are our two lightest colors. So that is it, guys. What do y'all think? Palette 2, which is now becoming one of my favorite palettes. Palette 2, got our liquid foundation, got our liquid lipstick. I'm ready to go. Too bad I'm not going anywhere. But Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you for all of the support. And message me if you have any questions. If you are interested in the kudos, just let me know. We can get you color matched and everything like that. Now I'm ready to go out drinking. Who wants to go? But anyway, y'all have a great day. And thank you all again. And Jamie, you see, now you're ready for when you get your palette in. I only used, what, 3-4 colors. Super easy look. If you want to use this, this is good enough for some people to go out at night, but you know, you can always be more dramatic with it. But all right, thank y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Bye.